Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Melody from Design by Melody, and today we are going to do a pocket spread. We are actually using my June kit from Elle's Studio. This is my first time actually using this kit. I've got all the supplies pulled out, I've got my photos laid out, and I also have my journaling. I forgot my additional photos, so I just printed these out from my Life printer. So it's not the same blue because the saturation is a little bit different when I print from there, and I can't seem to get the adjustments correct, but I went ahead and printed 2 more small photos just to go in this small lower pocket because I had another photo printed, but I ended up using it for another project. So I have this here. So I've got everything kind of laid out. We are going to start going through the cards and see what we can come up with for this page. I hope you enjoy. So I first want to start out by saying, because some of my pocket layouts come together super quick, but if you don't pocket scrapbook, I highly suggest everyone should try it. I think pocket scrapbooking is one of those things that you can make as simple as you want or as complex as you want. And whenever you have a kit like these Elle Studio kits, it can make it extremely easy and extremely quick to put together once you have your photos printed. Sometimes finding the photos to print and the journaling to include can be one of the longest parts of this process. But with that being said, I'm going to go through the cards, and I very quickly found cards that worked with the photos that I have. For instance, this one has a little photo of the day caption on it, and so I'm just trimming down this photo of Kalen in his goggles, and I'm just using a Sharpie to kind of mark the lines and just very simply putting it on here. I don't even have to put a white border because I trimmed it down far enough that you will see the white border that is included on the card itself. And that pretty much finishes out this card. Now I will go back and add some embellishments kind of at the end after I get all the cards sorted out. But because the cards are already kind of decorative and they already coordinate because they're within the same kit, it really comes together super quick. I am going to trim down my journaling and get that glued down. It takes me a little bit of time, so I'm going to skip over it, but basically I just printed it all with a little bit of space between each of the sections, and there were 5 little captions. I remembered this card that said evidence of summer, and I just included different journaling things about some things that always are included in our summers, such as sunburns and suntan lines and flip-flops and so on and so forth. Just some of those standard summer things that are included in our summer. Then there was this card that had the, it makes me think of like a stamp, like if you're going somewhere and you're getting it stamped saying you've completed something. That's what that reminds me of. And it basically just says summer fun. So I've trimmed it out of the 3x4 card. I'm not using it as a 3x4 card, and I'm going to use it as a large die cut on this bottom right photo. I used all of the 4x6 cards that were included in this kit on this layout because I only have one photo that's 4x6. Now, if I wanted to kind of make this kit last a little bit longer, I could have just pulled out some pattern paper to fill in those 4x6 boxes, but I'm fine with using all of the 3x4 all of the 4x6 cards from the kit on one layout. The whole point of having these kits is for me to use them and be inspired by them and make creative things with them. So I try not to hoard my supplies. I definitely don't waste anything, so I'm not like wasteful with supplies, but I definitely try not to hoard them. I try to use them as I can. Now I am making a conscious effort here, I have been for a couple weeks now, in using my stamping because I don't always use my stamps. I have stored them under my, like on a shelf under my desk, and because they're down there, I don't see them as I'm scrapbooking, so I don't use them. But what I've started doing is keeping a couple, maybe about 3 to 5 sets of stamps on my desk, kind of within arm's reach, and I can see them. They're sitting in a little like paper caddy thing, so I can see them, and it makes me reach for them a lot more. So I probably would not have reached for this flamingo stamp set unless it was there, because I needed something on this bottom left card. This 4x6 card has a 3x4 photo on it, and I have a little bit of journaling that I'm going to include, but I also need to include something else. So I have stamped out this flamingo, and I'm just trimming it out. I've just stamped it on some pink cardstock. Now, within this same stamp set, this is actually a Simon Says stamp set called One Cool Pineapple. I tried their kit when I did my kit review series before, and that was one of the stamps that I got with their stamp kit. Actually, I think it was their card making kit, but either way, it was a large stamp set, and it had a bunch of different sentiments that were perfect for card making, but I also have found that they're fun to use on scrapbooking too. So this one says, Your One Cool Pineapple. There is a pineapple stamp that was in the stamp set, and there was a sentiment that went with the flamingo as well, but I just like the look of the flamingo because it's kind of tall and skinny, and it works really well in the space here. And I like the sentiment, Your One Cool Pineapple, because so the journaling that goes along with this photo, it's not the best photo. It's got a lot of weird colors, but I tried it black and white, and once it was in black and white, it was even harder to see. But basically it's Kaylin and Leilani, which is one of our friends. She's basically like my other child, and Kaylin's best friend. She's at our house all the time. But I took them on one summer afternoon to go to a trampoline park because, you know, typically, well, at least here in the summer, we'll have random afternoon storms. And this happened to be a day that we had a lot of afternoon storms. So I took them to the trampoline park for them to just kind of play around and have a little bit of fun. And they were in this wind tunnel where you can stand in the tunnel and feel hurricane force winds. And they thought it was absolutely hilarious. So that's what the journaling is about. And the flamingo and the Your One Cool Pineapple kind of go along with that. Now, I was working with a couple of different white pens, and my white paint pen has dried up, so I'm going to have to get another one. But I just used my white Jelly Roll pen to do a little bit of white markings on that Your One Cool Pineapple stamp, just to add a little bit more depth. It kind of, just on a few letters I've marked some little white lines, just to kind of add a little bit of something. I did trim down the photo, trying to make it less busy and cut out some of the like arcade games that are behind this, where they are in this picture. And I'm just putting in a little bit of white cardstock as well as a little scrap of pattern paper that I had in my scrap bin. Now I keep my scrap bin within arm's reach when I'm scrapbooking, that way I can grab from it as I need things. So like this pink cardstock was in there, the yellow cardstock was in there, the pattern paper was in there that I used to back this photo, as well as the white cardstock scraps. So I actually pull a lot from that scrap bin. I even printed all my journaling on scraps out of that scrap bin too. So I use my scraps all the time. I highly recommend you keep at least a little bin of scraps on your desk or near your desk so you can grab them at any point in time. Now, with that being said, I'm kind of going through my little bin. I keep brand new products in there as well as products that are almost completely used, so I can just have a variety of things to pull from as I'm scrapbooking. And there was this Carpe Diem sticker book. I have two. I have a sticker book and then I have like a mini sticker book. And I actually used both of those. I picked those up from Tuesday morning, I believe, a couple weeks ago. But I used this one sticker that said Lovely Day, and it's in black and white. And I thought it mimicked that 3x4 card that's in black and white pretty well. And it kind of filled in that little label spot on that circle die cut that I've made. I'm using a couple of die cuts from the sheet that comes in the two sheets rather, that come in the Elle Studio kit. And then I'm just kind of going through a couple of different supplies I have on my desk to see if there's anything else I want to add. I wanted to add a few little stickers or sequins or something just to kind of finish out a few of these cards. And I was struggling a little bit because I just felt like I needed more embellishments that weren't necessarily paper. So I've pulled just a few stickers. I have this little clothespin sticker to go on the Monday. It's like the 7 days of the week on that little arrow style die cut, and that's just a picture of them in the pool, Kaylin and Leilani, and they're in the pool all the time, so it was fitting to say Monday. I had like all 7 days of the week on there. That was perfect. And then I've just kind of grabbed a couple more stickers, this little pink banner, and I'm using the little tiny die cut that was in the kit that's a circle with a little navy blue star on it. And I had this teal paper clip just sitting on my desk, and it's absolutely perfect for this layout. It matches the teal really well, and it also adds a little bit of a different dimension to the top card there, which is my title card. I had trimmed out June just off one of the packaging from the Elle Studio kit, and I was going to put June 2018, which is when this was, but I ended up not liking just the stamp 2018, and I ended up stamping out June as well. And we are nearing the end of this layout, just adding a few more little items sprinkled around. And I'm going to end up using another die cut that I had already punched out from the die cut sheets that says "Watch Me." And that's perfect for the picture of Kaylin jumping on the trampoline. That middle picture on the left that's in the 3x4 pocket, you can't tell what it is from the video, but it's Kaylin jumping on the trampoline and at the trampoline park. So it works really well with this die cut that says "Watch Me," like perfectly with this die cut. I've used a lot of blues, teals, and yellows with a few pops of pink around the page as well. And I think it works really well. Now, there are other colors that were included in the kit that I didn't utilize, such as the orange and the purple and the gray, but I will always have those as options on another layout. And I can have another layout from the same kit that has a completely different feel. So this finishes out this pocket layout today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I will link the unboxing video for this kit that I've worked with today, as well as the playlist for my 2020 kit review series if you would like to see those. And I will also link my last video that I have put up for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!